Evening, guys. Come in, have a seat, move over like this. Thank you for coming through tonight. Rainy Joburg night, so the traffic, I imagine, is a bit of a nightmare out there. But thank you, and thank you to all of you who've tuned in live this evening. Welcome to DuePoint. We're going to spend the next sort of 45 minutes talking about DuePoint today and what we do and how we do it, the phenomenon that is passing across our country right now, which is DuePoint. DuePoint, to start with, folks, is a division of Constantia Insurance Company. We're both a licensed and listed life and short-term insurance company. First started in 1965. We are, of course, an authorized and registered financial services provider. There's our FSP license over there. You can also do as much research as you want online. You can go to Constantia's website. You can find us listed under Conduit Capital on the JSE, and of course you can go to the Financial Services Board's website and find us there too. We've got our licenses and that up on the wall next to the front door on the way out that you can take a look at as well. We've also got the team here. The team is up because we want you to know who we are. We want you to have comfort in us because we're going to spend a lot of time with you. If you do anything with us at DuePoint, we are going to spend a lot of time with you working in the solution that we have created here at DuePoint. We want you to know us and trust us. We've got all the requisite skills here amongst the team, but the most important part, as I say every night, is that we're a South African company. We're homegrown South African. All of us are here. You can find us in this office Monday through Saturday. So we're not one of those things that you've heard about and seen about, read in newspapers, fly in, take our money, and fly out. That's not who we are at DuePoint. 65-year-old insurance company. We want you to have that sense of confidence and comfort with us this evening, that you know who you're talking to, you know who you're dealing with, and you can start working with us in this process. This is me, Brendan Benfield, over here. I'm the senior executive at DuePoint and founder of this division. I'm a chartered accountant. I've been in this industry for the last 20 years. This is Tim. He's our banking expert, also a chartered accountant. Been with us, been in the banking industry for about 15 years before he joined us here. We got Stacey, chartered accountant, auditor out of Deloitte. Worked with them both locally and internationally. And then we've got Jane. Jane is our direct selling expert. Worked in the UK and in South Africa over the last two decades on direct selling and in the direct selling industry, and brings that international skill to our teams here. And then we've got Rob. Rob is our design guy. He ran his own firm called Wired for 20 years, which specialized in the advertising and marketing of financial services. And so we've got the set of skills here across the board that we hope we can help and use in the construction of success with you here at DuePoint. Folks, what is it that we do at DuePoint? Well, we have two objectives. Our primary objective is creating stable and recurring and reliable income in the hands of South Africans today. The sort of two things that we don't have control over in our lives right now is our income. Number one, we might be full-time employed. You might believe you're stable and got a good position, but what do we see happening in the South African economy today? It's shrinking, it's failing, and as a result, we're all starting to lose our jobs. There are, 35,000 people becoming unemployed every single month at the moment. This just means that it's a matter of time before we're next on the list, no matter how secure our job is. Now, that is with regard to the economy. None of us can control the economy. None of us have any ability to turn the economy around. But what we also don't have the ability to do is to change how much we earn in this economy. In this economy, someone else tells us how much we're going to earn. Someone else tells us what our increase is going to be at the end of this year. And as I've heard now, somebody else is going to tell you you're not getting a bonus this year. I think that will probably be the war cry of 2017, no bonuses across the economy. Not while things are shrinking and suffering as they are. And we are left as bystanders, spectators to this whole thing. We're just stuck in it. And what happens as a result of these two things? Well, prices are rising astronomically. You go to the shops these days, the shelves are empty, and the items that are on the shelves have been increased, have had their prices increased because they're trying to cover their own costs. So what do you see? Woolworths has had a bad year. When did Woolworths ever have a bad year? I mean, in the history of South Africa, when has Woolworths been one of the companies that's had a bad year? Well, they've had a bad year this year. I've heard more detail that they've been cutting the hours of their staff, so their staff work less hours, they earn less. They're taking products off of their shelves, which means that people don't have the same amount of products to select from before, but it's costing more to buy their products. And we are left as South Africans in the position where we have a gap. We have a gap between what we earn and a gap between what we have to pay to survive, to live in this country. And we fill that gap. Up until now, we filled that gap with debt. That's been our tool. It's been our instrument. We've become professionals at it. It's the only way we have survived. How do we buy cars? How do you buy cars these days when they cost R1 million? Everything costs R1 million these days. I said to my kids the other weekend, when I was little, if somebody lived in R1 million house, It was like this mansion. Nobody lived in a R1 million house. It was just this huge Beverly Hills kind of stuff. Now, R1 million is probably that if you come anywhere in the northern suburbs, North Riding, anywhere of them, you're going to pay R1 million just to get the piece of land, that you're on. It's crazy what's happened in prices. So we have to use debt. We have to use debt. It's the only way we survive. And that debt, of course, poisons us. It poisons our financial position. We never get rid of it. In fact, ultimately, we hand that debt over to our children. And they pay for things that they never used, they didn't live in, that sort of stuff. That's our legacy here in South Africa. And we want to solve that. We want to change it. We want to unplug South Africans from the system. We want to put you back in control. We believe the tool we've made will give you that control, a control that will create a recurring, reliable, and stable income that you will be able to use to bridge that gap. What you're earning right now, what you need to survive, instead of plugging debt in, we believe you can put an income in, ultimately perhaps even beyond with this tool. That's our primary objective. Our secondary objective at DuePoint is to create a far more modern financial services company in South Africa. We want one where you're connected to us, where we can communicate with you on a daily basis, where we can educate and demonstrate this financial services industry to you. We've opened a window, we believe, with our system that allows you to look in to the mechanics and mechanisms of the financial services industry in South Africa, a place where very few South Africans are capable of getting into. With those two objectives put together, we've created what we call the DuePoint system. DuePoint system is super simple. It's where you come in. What it does, it allows you as an individual to contract with us as what we call a wealth engineer. Wealth engineers, ladies and gentlemen, have one task. It is the simplest of all the tasks. No selling, no presenting, no advertising, no advising, just connection. We're looking for our wealth engineers to connect individuals to us here at DuePoint. Your connection of people to us creates market penetration for us. That market penetration leads to channels of distribution where we can come along as DuePoint and distribute our products, facilitate the purchase of our products in those channels. When we do that, we create revenue for our company. When we create revenue, folks, we create that recurring extra income for you. Now, why is it recurring? Well, first of all, we don't sell products here. We don't sell skin creams and milkshakes and energy drinks and things that you have to every single month go back and sell to your friends. It's absolutely heartbreaking and soul-destroying stuff when you have to go and buy a box of stuff, put it in your boot and run back to your friends and hope they buy again. This means your income's doing this. One month they're buying, the next month they're not. It's up and down. We use financial services and lifestyle products here that run on automated debit order systems, which means no matter what's happening in your month, whether it's Christmas or New Year or your birthday or whatever, the debit orders raise. And when they raise and are paid, your income comes in recurringly, reliably, and on a stable basis. An income you can trust, an income you can start using to fill that gap between your income and your expenditure. That's what we do here. It's the cornerstone, it's the foundational piece of what we used when we designed the DuePoint system. We then layered it with your ability to leverage others. We know that many of you don't have time. It's the number one excuse for not doing DuePoint is I don't have time. Well, folks, that's the very reason we created it. It is the solution to freeing your time up. In the system, we allow you to leverage others. And where you're allowed to leverage others, you can take the little bit of time everybody has and make it a whole lot of time in the development of your success and income here at DuePoint. Now, folks, this is not an employment opportunity. We do not recruit or hire or sponsor in the DuePoint system. That is not what we do here. This is not like one of those other systems. What we do here is create an independent position for you. We put a tool in your hands and we say you're going to use this tool when and how you want. Is it part-time? Is it full-time? I don't care. You will decide whether you do it 1 hour a week or 1 hour a day. That's going to be completely up to you. You are independent in the DuePoint system. There is no risk in becoming a wealth engineer, ladies and gentlemen, at DuePoint. We have worked as hard as we can to eliminate financial loss for you because that's the thing that we always end up doing. We always end up having to lose our money to someone else. At DuePoint, we've created a system where we believe you do not lose income. There is no startup cost. There is no monthly fee. There is no starter kit that you have to buy. There are no application form fees. There's no monthly fees in our system. To become a wealth engineer is as simple as filling out a form with us. As a DuePoint product owner, you're automatically a wealth engineer. And there is no premium to being able to take this tool and start using it with us. You also do not require any specific qualification, folks, or experience. Everyone in South Africa can be a wealth engineer. And by doing so, you're able to build an asset with us. That's the thing that we're trying to create in the long term. As I said to you a few minutes ago, we hand debt over to our children. That's the best they can expect from us, a negative bank balance. Minus numbers, not even zero when we pass away. We want to turn that around. We want to be able to create something now that you can hand to your children, that they can develop further and hand to their children and develop further. Generational legacy is something we don't have in South Africa. Very few people are able to hand over businesses to their children. We want to create that here in our system. We want you to build real assets. Because your channels will create recurring income, that you can make you can price them, and because you can price them, you can sell them, and we can hand them over to your children when you pass away. This is the change we want to make in South Africa. Folks, this is a system of absolute convenience for you. We took all the things that people hate doing and we removed them from our system. People hate selling, we removed it. People hate presenting, we removed it. People are embarrassed about network marketing, we made it absolutely incredible here at DuePoint. Private bank level, I've often said before, is what your experience will be like at DuePoint, to eliminate all the inconveniences and concerns you have. There are only four ways that you connect people to DuePoint. That's the task you have. Just connect people to us. We do the rest of the work. How do you do it? 4 ways. The first way, grab a USB stick from our information counter on the way out tonight. It's 170 Rand. It's got our presentation on it. If you're around the country and you want one, order it at info@duepoint.net. Just send a note in and we'll have one delivered to you. 170 Rand, it gets you the presentation in your pocket. You can plug it into a smart TV, computer, laptop, and there we are giving the presentation. It's only Rob and I that do these presentations. That's it. I think I'm better than Rob. Other people think he's better than me. It's quite a toss-up at the moment, but you've got both of us available all the time through that medium. The next way you can present to people is through bringing people to our head office here. If you bring them to our head office Monday through Saturday, we're presenting here. We will present the entire opportunity to those people. And then the third way, your number one form of connection to DuePoint is our YouTube channel. Through the DuePoint channel on YouTube, you can do a whole bunch of things, one of which is see every one of the presentations we've ever done. You can go through there, select the presentation you like the most, and use that to connect people to us 24 hours a day, anywhere in the country. You only have to teach people to push play. That's your number one. You teach them push play, and they can connect people to DuePoint. Folks, if you've never used YouTube before, you've got to start using it now. This is the 21st century. No one watches TV on a TV anymore. SABC, DSTV, they're fading. Everything's online. You've got to get attached, and we're there. And you click a button, 3 o'clock in the morning in Springbok, Northwestern Cape, and there we are, live and ready presenting to you. You're able to connect at any time with us. And then the fourth way, folks, is our live streaming. Every day that we do a presentation out of these rooms, we live stream the presentation. We broadcast it across the country. If you've got a smartphone, a tablet, a screen with an internet connection, and you know we are live, you click a button, and there we are in your living room, and you get to demonstrate us, DuePoint, to your guests live. It's not even like a video from overseas. It's us live presenting to you guys. Now, as you do that, folks, some of the people that you're going to show and connect to DuePoint with our opportunity are going to catch the vision of what we're trying to do here. They're going to get it. And when they get it, they're going to want to become wealth engineers. And when they become wealth engineers, we allocate them to you, and your channel is born. These few folk will go out and do exactly the same thing. They'll talk to people, show them the presentation, and connect them to us. When they want to become wealth engineers, we allocate them to you again. And this process repeats itself over and over again until you've got droves of individuals around the country connecting people to us. The system of convenience means that everybody who has a smartphone or a tablet or a computer is connecting individuals to DuePoint for you and creating that market penetration, creating that channel of distribution into which we as DuePoint come along and facilitate the purchase of our products. You are never involved in the selling. That is what we do. And as we do that, your income is born. Now, what's very important to note, folks, is that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. I think that that's what most South Africans are looking for right now, is a get-rich-quick scheme. Unfortunately, I can't help you with that this evening. This is a genuine income-earning opportunity. Like I said to you, we're listed and licensed. That means we've got the JSE regulating us. We've got the FSB regulating us, the NCC regulating us. We've got everybody under the sun regulating, reviewing, and auditing us here at DuePoint. This is a genuine, real opportunity, not to create sudden disappearing wealth, but to create recurring and reliable wealth that you can start that can start stabilizing your personal economics, your personal finance. That's what we do here. But that means it comes with a price. Anything you do in this life that's genuine comes with a price. Your career, starting a new business, raising your children. What is the things you've got to do? You've got to pour time into it. That's the price you pay at DuePoint, is time, folks. And I think that for many South Africans, that's a price too high. If that's one thing we've noticed at DuePoint, people are unwilling to put time into something, even when it could change your life permanently. And that is what we do at DuePoint. We do not change your life for 5 minutes. This is a permanent life change that we make for you. And it comes at the price of time. Now, if you're able and willing to put the time in, to persevere, to be part of a group that changes their future forever, well, we then reward you in 2 separate ways. The first way is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 every time someone in your channel makes a product payment, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel the payment was made. So, for instance, you go out, you connect a handful of people to DuePoint, some become wealth engineers, they make their products payments successfully via debit order, you will get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. 55 Rand. That is 21st century material and significant money. You can actually buy something with 55 Rand. And that is for every product that every individual has. Now, each individual can have multiple products. There's 2 or 3 products. If someone has 3 products, you get 165 Rand, 55 Rand times 3 from each individual. So you are able to start controlling your income with us. Now, these few folk will go out and do exactly what you did. They will connect individuals to us. Some will catch the vision, become wealth engineers, pay for their products. Again, you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. You've been here 5 minutes. There's a handful of people in your channel. You're now earning just under 1,000 Rand a month. 1,000 Rand a month. Yes, it hasn't changed your life, but you're feeling it. You're feeling it. Now, you persevere. You put a bit more time and energy and effort into the growth of your channel. And again, you will earn, but you will now earn at a diminishing rate down to the 8th point. But there is no limit to your potential here at DuePoint. From the 8th point on, as long as you qualify to earn, you will always get 4% of every payment that is made in your channel. This is how we create that generational legacy. When you hand this over to your children, it doesn't stop there. Your children can take this channel you've created and grow it even further. Maybe 25 points, maybe 50 points, maybe 75 points. And as long as they qualify to earn, they will earn 4% of R27.50. So we did some mathematics around this. We said, well, what does that translate into? What do we actually get out of our system? What do you as a wealth engineer expect to earn through our rewards program? Well, now it's difficult to answer because each of you are going to grow at a different rate. 80% of you are going to do nothing. I don't know why. We haven't put anything in the system to stop you from doing anything. But 80% of you are going to decide that the price of time is too high a price. All right, okay, there's nothing I can do about that. So I'm going to speak to the 20%. 20% of you are going to pick up this tool and go, I want to start making a change. And we said, right, let's think conservatively and realistically, what can you expect out of this? Not shooting the lights out. You can shoot the lights out if you want. But if I want to give you a conservative milestones to aim for in our returns program, this is what it'll look like. We used a growth rate formula of 3 plus 2. It says that in your first month, you've got to put 3 people on your first point. You've got to do it. And then every month thereafter, you've got to put 2 people on your first point. That's not a big ask. 3 people in a month and 2 people in a month, that's nothing. Really, some of our top guys can put 75 people in a month. You know, so if you can't put 2 people in, the problem is not with DuePoint. Okay, 2 people is 1 every 14 days. Hey, you can twist their arm for 14 days. Eventually, they'll go, okay, darn it, let me see the video. Okay, so but you've got to do it every single month. That's where the perseverance and the persistency comes in. You have got to be doing this every single month, 2 people. You cannot put in 5 people and then wait and see if they like hatch into successful channel builders for you. You know, that's not how it works. You've got to keep putting the 2 in at the top. Now, if you do that, and you do that persistently over time, it's interesting what happens with your earnings. This is where our maths came in. We put lapses in, cancellations, and all of that jazz in. And after 6 months of you persevering in our system, we believe you can reasonably expect to be earning around 2,500 Rand a month. 2,500 Rand, 30,000 Rand a year. You've just added that to your household income. You still got your income from your job. You're not quitting that. We've just added 2,500 Rand. Now, the nice thing about DuePoint is we pay around the middle of the month. 16th, 17th of the month, you get your payment from DuePoint, which means that just as you're getting to the end of the month salty crack, You know, at the end of it, there's like nothing on it. It's dry. Just as that's happening, we put another 2,500 rand in your bank account. Now that is oxygen, boys and girls. That is oxygen. Middle of the month payment. Woo! There's nothing quite as nice as a middle of the month payment. That's what we do. Now, 6 months from now, 2,500 rand every single month, stably and reliably, is what you can reasonably estimate you'll be earning if you put just a reasonable amount of effort into building our system. Now, if you can do a year with us, we reckon that 2.5 will have grown to about 9,000 to 10,000 rand. I've actually done this calculation for a lot of our wealth engineers before and shown them the whole timeline of how it works. It really works out. On averages, it works out. A year from now, you could be on 9,000 to 10,000 rand. How many of you are going to quit in the next 30, 60, 90 days? Because you see, you don't get the 9,000 rand then. You see, you don't. But if you don't quit in the next 30, 60, 90 days and you keep going, well, then you do get the 9,000 rand. It's an interesting thing, that, isn't it? Hey? So what I often used to say is when you build your own business, it's, really only 1 in 100 businesses survive the first year, and then only 1 of 100 of those survive the second year. Okay, so you've got like a 1 in 10,000 chance of creating a successful business. Okay, so any of you deciding to go out to do a business, know lightning strikes, shark attacks, car accidents, a much higher chance than a successful business. Okay. Now, what they always say, though, is they say for those who persist in the construction of their businesses, the moment they quit, they've quit just before they were about to start succeeding. Now, with us, we make it a little bit easier for you. You can see your success growing. You can actually see it each month. So you know that success is right in front of you. You can actually see it in our system. And yet, we'll still have people fall away. We'll have people fall away. I've had it's amazing. We have people earning 9,000 rand a month. I think, yes, that's our highest. So 9,000 rand a month and quit. Why would you want to stop when we're putting 9,000 rand a month into your bank account? Folks, it's a discipline question. It's a discipline. As South Africans, we have very bad self-discipline. We start going, no, it's costing me too much. My personal time is worth more than 10,000 rand a month to me. So this is a decision you're going to have to make. You're going to have to overcome the self-discipline issues in your own life if you want a different kind of future. Think about it, a year from now, an extra 9,000 rand in the middle of the month. As that salty crack is running at 9,000 rand, pull up that list of problems you have. How many do you solve with an extra 9,000 rand a month? How many can you solve with an extra 9,000 to 10,000 rand a month? Can you do 2 years with us? If you do 2 years with us, we reckon that 9 will have become 27. 27,000 rand every month, reliably, stably. That is quite a good position to be in. As I look across the audience, I doubt that many of you have ever earned 27,000 rand every single month. Every single month. 27,000 rand. Average income in South Africa, is 4,500 rand a month. 2 years. 2019, November, just before Christmas, 27,000 rand. Not once, every month from that point forward. Only those that will apply the time and the discipline will get there. Okay, there's no guaranteed earnings. You have to work at it with us. But look at what we think, and we think that that's quite reasonable. I'm going to show you now why I think that's quite reasonable. And then 3 years. Can you do 3 years with us? That's not a very long time. Remember your 3-year-old? It felt like a long time getting them from birth to 3 years old. I know, I did it twice. It felt like 30 years. But anyway, 3 years, they're still babies. That's 3 years in. 3 years in, we reckon you're earning 45 to 50,000 rand a month. Your 27 has become 45 a month. 4 years in, and we reckon that you're on about 60 to 65,000. Your 45 has become 65 in another year. Can you persist? Any of you getting a 20,000 rand increase this year? No. Why? Don't laugh. Those two, that's 45 to 65 in 1 year. 20,000 rand increase. And of course, it's increasing every month. Every month it's going up. So we often, Rob jokes, he says, go to your boss and ask him for an increase every month going forward. Go have that conversation with him. Say to him, this is once a year nonsense, not working for me. The inflation is every month. I want a salary increase every month. See how he responds to that. But in our system, as I said, you can see your success just in front of you the whole time. You can't see that when you're running a business. When you start your own business, you're blind until you succeed. With us, you can see your success every single month. 5 years in, we reckon that 65 has become 85, possibly 100,000. At 85,000 rand a month, you are earning R1 million a year. You've done it in half a decade. You've had to work consistently, not killing yourself. 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Okay, that's the level of energy and effort you've put in. and 5 years down, we think it's reasonable that you can expect to be earning R1 million a year. R1 million a year. Now, I mean, that's wonderful. People get super excited about it, and they run out of here, go, I'm going to do this, and then I never see them again. You see, that's not how it works. You've got to plug in, and you've got to get stuck in, and you've got to do 5 years. So when I talk of the self-discipline thing, what have you ever had to stick at for 5 years? What are the things you were forced to stick at? Your job, because you were either going to get fired or starve. Okay. Your school, because the police kept dragging you back to school. You know, it's against the law to not go to school. So you were forced to go. Okay. Your kids, obviously, can't escape that. All right. But if I get rid of those three, what else in your life have you stuck to for 5 years? The gym? Learning a new instrument? Becoming a professional at something? The answer is no, isn't it? It's no. For 99.9% of us, the answer is no. That's got to change this evening. This evening, you're going to embark on a project that's going to allow you to say to others, not only have you conquered your own personal finance, but you have disciplined yourself in a new discipline for 5 years, and it has set you financially free. It has set you. And if you can't create that new habit in your life, well, then you can't become financially free in any program. There's nothing in the country that will set you free if you can't persevere and persist with the DuePoint tool. But look at what it does. R1 million. How many of you in the years that you've worked in your career have created R1 million a year for yourselves? Any of you on 27 Rand? But you're happy to go back to work every Monday. I don't understand it. You go back to work and you go, look, I've done 15 years here and I'm still earning 10,000 Rand a month. This is nonsense. You know? But we go back, boy, every week, 60 hours, 80 hours, we go back, okay? But when we put the DuePoint tool in front of you, you go, no, I don't have time for this. I don't have time. It's hard for me to comprehend that. It's hard because you're willing to carry on doing something that's making you poor, but I'm putting something in your hands that says 5 years from now, everything will be different. Everything will be different. Folks, a couple of people that are using our tool. Every month we show a few people. We've got over 1,000 earners already, and we've only been around for 22 months. And we've got over 1,000 people earning in the DuePoint system, but we just showcase a couple of people every month. The 20% that are using the tool. I can't show you the 80% because they drop out too quickly, and they won't let me take a picture of them. But the 20%, here we go. Here's this month's 4. Incidentally, tomorrow night, we're holding Tell All Tuesday. I'm going to show you at the end. We've got a whole host of new people to show you. But here's Joseph, fantastic, quiet guy, determined to change his future. Joined us 5 months ago, has created for himself in 5 months a channel worth 9,700 Rand. Okay, 5 months. Remember I said 6 months to 2,500 Rand a month. He's done 9 in 5 months. So I said to you, I was being conservative, and I was. I believe they are reasonable miles. If you are busy, if you've got a job that does take 100 hours a week, you are not going to be as fast as this. You're not. But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter how long you take to get there. The tool is yours. It will work for no matter how much time you put in. Then we've got Shadrach. Ladies, warning, he's a player. You can see by the blue jacket and the rose, he's trouble. Okay, so, but he's also a machine at this business. Absolute machine. 6 months, he's created a channel worth 13,000 Rand. 13,000 Rand in 6 months. That's what he's created for himself using this tool. Is he busy? Has he got a full-time job? You bet he does. You bet he does. But he takes every moment of his day, no matter what he's doing, to be building his future with DuePoint. Then we've got Nompilo, Port Shepstone. If you think you can't do this business in Gauteng, but people are doing it in Port Shepstone, then I don't know what's wrong with you. These people, like Nompilo, have to use our online tools. Everything about DuePoint is online. They don't have to come to the head office. Some of them have never been here. Nompilo's never been to our head office, not once, not ever. And she's got a channel that she's built in 5 months worth 15,000 Rand with the DuePoint system. Then we've got Zongaziwe. Kwamashu. Kwamashu. What is in Kwamashu? I don't know. And yet, Zongaziwe, in 5 months, has created a channel worth 25,000 Rand a month. In 5 months. That's 2 years. I said to you it would take you 2 years, and I stand by it. 2 years to get to 27,000 Rand. 5 months to 25,000 Rand a month. That's crazy. She's put 2,700 people in her channel. 2,700. Now, she works on this 8 hours a day, every day. You are not likely to have 8 hours a day, every day to spend on this. So that's fine. Do not expect to be on that in 5 months. But if you look at the milestones, 2 years from now, you could be on that. And along the way, you would have been earning each month anyway. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. You will decide how you succeed at DuePoint. Go to our YouTube channel, see the testimonies of many other people that are using our returns program. Some earning a little bit, 700, 800 Rand a month, some 3,000 Rand, 8,000, 68,000 Rand. We've got them all in there. You go to the YouTube channel, you can actually watch their video testimonies of how they're using our tool here. That's the first way you earn. The second way you earn is through our XP Rewards training program. Our training program, folks, is designed to take you from beginner to expert through a series of steps and programs. As you complete those steps and programs, we give you XP points, experience points. They're not worth anything. They're not worth rands and cents, folks. They're simply a measure of your experience with us here at DuePoint. Now, at the moment, I have to click the button. At the moment, we are running a special right here. It's until the 15th of December. The special says that anybody who brings a guest to DuePoint's head office presentations, Monday through Friday, gets 1,000 XP, 1,000 experience for every guest that they bring to our head office. That is huge, and it is for everyone. It's not just for people in Gauteng. It's for everybody. This is your one-time opportunity, no matter where you are in the country, to fill up a bus and come here. We've got 150 seats. You can fill them up. You bring 2 buses, you'll get 150,000 XP in one night. Get them up here. Get people see. We want everybody to have seen, understood, and felt DuePoint before we hit 2018, because 2018 is going to be remarkable with DuePoint after what we've seen happen in 2017. So, folks, take advantage of that. It ends on the 15th of December, and it applies from Monday to Friday each week. Folks, as you get the XP, as you gain experience, naturally your channel is going to grow. And when you meet the 2 criteria in our program, we rank you up. And when you rank up, we reward you. That's the second way you earn in our system. We reward you for training and ranking up and becoming more experienced wealth engineers for DuePoint. And folks, as you get a bit more serious and your channels get a bit bigger, well, so does the cash that we reward you with. Serious cash. And then we start to reward you with tools. Tools we know are going to accelerate the growth of your channel. At rank 5, we give you a lightning memory stick imported from the United States, plugs into all electronic devices, packed with our material. You can connect people to us 24 hours a day, whether you've got an internet connection or not. At rank 7, we give you your own set of imported business cards worth 12,500 Rand. Gold gilded, gold printed, custom made for you to connect individuals to DuePoint with. At rank 9, which is a long way from where you guys are, but you will get there. At rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size, we take you every year with your family on a 1-week holiday, 5-star business class, all expenses paid. Every year for the rest of your life. Now, as I said, rank 9 is a long way to go. We're going in December. We don't go in some cheap end of the year. We go at the peak. We're going over New Year's Eve. This year, we're going to one of the finest hotels in Mauritius. Next year, we might go to a different hotel or a different location altogether, but every year we go. And there's only about 40 days left before we leave. Now, of course, you can make rank 9 in 40 days. Nobody ever has, but you can. The tool is available for you, but it's unlikely. But the wonderful thing about the DuePoint system is if you don't make it in the next 40 days, which is more likely, that's not the end of the world. You don't have to re-qualify starting in January. Everything you build now in the next 40, 50 days between now and the 1st of January is what you start on the 1st of January. And you will accumulate from there. And if you miss it next year, what you've built over this period will be what you start on in the January the next year. So, as a result, I can guarantee that every single one of you will go rank 9, as long as you keep going. The moment you quit, of course, you're not going to go rank 9. But if you keep going and keep persevering year after year, even if you are terrible at this business, ultimately, you will get to rank 9. And when you do, and every year that you maintain your channel size with us, we'll take you away with your family. Now, because you're not going to make it with us this year, we thought that was unfair. And we thought we'd better show you where we're going. So this is the exact hotel that we're going to in the next 40 days.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
Well, look at those swimming pools. They're only 40 days away. Huh? We got a whole bunch of people coming with us. A whole bunch. 2 business class planes full that are arriving with us in 40 days' time. Are you going to be there with us? That's a decision you'll have to make. Folks, at rank 11, we give you another useful tool. It's your own car. It's not branded. It's not rented to you. It's not financed through us. We don't give it to you and take it away. It's your car. And we want you to build your freedom here with us, to be part of the solution to the economic crisis that we're in. Every month, we run, as part of our training, little pieces of training that we call wealth quests. Wealth quests are designed for everybody, so you don't have to be rank 9 to do them. They're designed for everybody. And they have little pieces of training. And if you complete the training, everybody who does is rewarded with tools that will help you in building your business with us. Some months they're iPads, some months iPhones, data, Wi-Fi routers, cash, all the bits and pieces. You can create an entire toolkit with them if you complete the criteria every month. This month, we've got the Come Fly With Us quest. You get a smart TV, not a little one, big one. Okay, if you complete the criteria this month. Smart LED TV, not for watching movies over December with. Not. It's for connecting people to DuePoint with, isn't it? That's what the tool is for. Everybody who completes the criteria will get one. Not the first 5, not the first 10, not my favorites. Everybody will get one who completes the criteria. What are the criteria this month? Wealth engineers around the country, I hope you're going for it. We've got 17 more days in November. Are you aiming for it? It's one of the easiest ones we've ever done. You've got to go out, you've got to find somebody, put them on your first point, get them qualified by the end of the month. If you want to know how to qualify somebody, make sure you've watched our training video on YouTube. Short 6-minute video will tell you everything you need to know. Make sure they're qualified and paid by the end of the month. The second one, take one of your existing first pointers and make sure they rank up by the end of the month. How do they rank up? Go and read the terms and conditions of the Wealth Quest on your app or on our website, DuePoint.net, and make sure you're familiar with it, and then get these 2 people active in your business. If you can do that, by the end of the month and everyone's paid, the smart TV is yours. What a Christmas gift this year. Nice, big, flat, smart LED TV for you. That's how we want to do Christmas this year. Folks, people ask me, where do we get the money to do this? Well, it's quite simple. In the traditional space, we do a lot of marketing through advertising too. Adverts everywhere. Costs the industry hundreds of millions a year. Hundreds and hundreds of millions per company a year. Now, what we do in that space, where I come out, I've spent 20 years in there, we reverse engineer that cost into your monthly payments. Your banking fees, your funeral cover, your car insurance, 30 to 50% of that payment you make each month is for next month's marketing. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled thinking that that's the risk cover. No, the risk cover is a small piece of it. The rest is the marketing and the admin. That's how we cover the cost. Now, at DuePoint, we've done exactly the same thing. It's in the price of the product. Instead of running adverts, though, we use you, do we not, to connect people to us. And so all that money that we would have spent on SABC, DSTV, etc., advertising is now available for you and your channels. That's the simple mathematics. We then come along now as DuePoint. We do this, not you. We come along and we facilitate the purchase of 3 products in your channel. The first product is our Access Wealth Plan. It costs 299 Rand a month. And for that 299 Rand, you get 2 independent products. The first one is a tax-free investment account. The tax-free investment account is no notice, no restriction fee, no penalty, which means that whatever money you have in there, you can immediately draw out. There's no waiting periods. Okay? We take 100 Rand of that investment, of that payment you make each month, and we put it in your investment account for you. So the actual cost of this product is only 199 Rand because the other 100 Rand is there for you, and you can withdraw it at any time. Now, folks, this is not a savings account. It's not a savings account. Savings account at a bank will give you 3% or 5% if you're lucky. 5% I think if you've got like more than R1 million in the bank, okay? No, this is an investment account. You take 100 Rand every month, and that 100 Rand goes into the stock exchange. You are now shareholders in the economy. I mean, we talk about bringing power back to South Africans. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to buy the shares of the company. And we've got just one of the best hedge equity companies in the world working with us, Capricorn fund managers working. For us to have got them is absolutely miraculous that they would look after the shares. They're doing the investment, and your investment account sits on a Sanlam portfolio. So, I mean, really, people have said to me, well, what happens if DuePoint fails? Well, what happens if Sanlam fails? Well, if Sanlam fails, we might as well all leave. We'll just pack up, get in the ox wagon again, and move on. We've got much bigger problems. Okay? That's what's happening. So that's the investment. You get it for 100 Rand a month. Then the second product you get for your 299 is our accident cover, personal accident cover, 110,000 Rands worth of it. So if you pass away, your beneficiaries get, from an accident, your beneficiaries get 110,000 Rand and the value of your investment. That's what they get. That's $299 a month. Our second product is our Wealth Guard product. Our Wealth Guard product is 274 Rand a month. For 274 Rand, you get 1.1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. No waiting periods, no deferred benefit periods, no medical examinations or declarations, no maximum age limits. You get to have this cover no matter who you are and what age you are. Now, folks, none of our products cover illness or natural causes. No, because that causes a problem for our primary objective. If you were here at the beginning, you'll remember what our primary objective is: to put income in the hands of South Africans. Now, if we underwrite individuals by bringing them in and saying, well, do you have pre-existing conditions? Do you have cancer, diabetes, hypertension? Well, then half the people that you try and connect to DuePoint, we won't be able to underwrite, and you won't be able to put them in your business. Here with us, your income will be immediately affected. And so we've used personal accident cover, which means that everybody in South Africa can be in your channel. All right. Third product that we have is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's 274 Rand a month to be a member. As a member, you get access to our list of suppliers. Somehow people don't get the value of this product. It is incredible, this product. For 274, you get discounts, vouchers, account managers, packages from retail stores, grocery stores, supermarkets, car dealerships, gyms, entertainment, Hirsch's, for appliances. We've got Take-A-Lot in there, Yuppie Chef for gifts and all the things that we buy online these days. We've got the whole lot of them. And for that 274 Rand a month, you can use all of them 100 times each month. You know, it's not like some of these other programs where you actually have to go to the gym before you get the discount. Here you get the discount before you go to the gym. You know, it is an incredibly valuable product when it is used properly. And I encourage you guys, wherever you are, go to our website, read the website pages about the Wealth Point program, go to our YouTube channel, watch the training video on the Wealth Point program, and you will start to see the value of this product. That's our third product. We love it. It's a non-financial, non-insurance product. Those are the three that we facilitate the purchase of into your channels. That's DuePoint, ladies and gentlemen. The whole lot of it in 40 minutes. Like I said to you, and I've said before, you can go do more research. Everything is online, absolutely everything. You can see everything. We show you down to the investment mandates and the minimum disclosure documents of where your shares are invested. Everything is available online. But folks, what I've given you tonight is 99% of what you will find. This evening, the decision to be made is about whether you're willing to start this new discipline. Will I change my life economically, completely differently to what I've had up until this point in time, and what hope I have right now? Because that's the question I often ask people. If you don't do this, what are you going to do to change what you're in right now? You know what you're in right now is not saving you, and no one's coming to our rescue. So what is it? We have to form the new discipline. If you can become a wealth engineer, if you want to become a wealth engineer this evening, it's very simple. Go to our website, DuePoint.net, use your phone, tablets, our iPads, click the apply button, fill the form out. No money will have passed from your hands, and you're a wealth engineer. You can immediately start building your channel with us. If you're serious about this, get the tools. Get the tools. We've got the USB stick with our presentation on it. The business cards that you can use. Backup batteries for your phones. Everybody's phone's batteries are always dying in this building. I don't know if there's something wrong with this building, but it seems to kill everybody's batteries. Get the battery so that your phone doesn't die. And a whole host of other tools. They're in our cabinet. The prices are on the counter. Order them at info@DuePoint.net. And the tools will be in your hands to get out there and start changing your future with us. Folks, we want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, because then you'll know when we go live every day. You'll know when we upload videos, and it is your #1 connection point to DuePoint. Please go there and subscribe. And then, folks, download our app. Our app allows you to see what's going on in your channel in real time. Your tools are there. Your training is there. My goodness, how I beg everybody to do the training. Wonderful training that we put together. Best in the world training, we believe, that you can get on every aspect of this business is on your app. 2-3 buttons. Click, 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 and you're there watching it. And for every video you watch, you get 250 XP. Okay? Watch the videos. Train yourself. Get good at this business. All your personal documentation and details are on the app. So make sure you get the app tonight. You can download it through our free Wi-Fi. When you have got it on your phone, you'll see your name in the top left-hand corner. Click your name. Your profile will come up. When your profile comes on, click on the picture. Take a picture of yourself. Head and neck only. That's all we want to see. Head and neck. And if you do that, we give you 1,000 XP. 1,000 XP tonight. Remember, rank 1 needed 1,000 XP for you to go to rank 1. You can be rank 1 by the end of the week. Take your picture, go find 4 people, and wham, presto. You're rank 1 already in our system. Use this opportunity to get that 1,000 XP by simply taking a profile pic of yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody's excited about DuePoint, but they go out and they do all the wrong things. So I want to make sure that doesn't happen tonight. We've got a code of conduct. I want you to read it. But if you can't remember the whole code of conduct, I want you to remember these 5 things. Do not become a wealth engineer, ladies and gentlemen, if you cannot afford to become one. There are costs involved. You are going to be using data a lot. Everything is online at DuePoint. There's no paper application forms or brochures here. Everything's online. You're going to have to transport yourself. You're going to be connecting people. You're going to move. There are costs involved. Don't become a wealth engineer if you can't afford to become one. Don't become a wealth engineer if you don't have internet access or don't know how to use a computer. And certainly don't add people to your channel that have no internet access and no idea how to use a computer, because they're not going to do anything for you. Find the right people, put them in. And then, folks, don't become a wealth engineer if you don't have transport. If you can't move, you cannot connect people. You cannot. This is not something for unemployed people, guys. It is not. It is too difficult for them to do it. There's too much cost involved. So make sure you find the right people, put them in, and grow your channel with people who can grow your channel. Now, if you become a wealth engineer, the number one thing I don't want you doing is I don't want you filling out our application form on behalf of anyone else. It's a criminal activity that. It's an act of fraud. In our application form, you're going to sign off things like terms and conditions, authority to raise debit orders, etc., etc. You can't sign that on behalf of someone else. Everyone who becomes a wealth engineer, wherever they are in the country, must fill the form out themselves. Then, folks, don't stack people that are in your family into your channel. We don't allow you to put family members into your channel. Basically, the rule is if they live in the same house as you, they can't be in your channel. If they live outside your house, then we don't mind them being in your channel. If you want more detail on that, speak to your lead wealth engineer. They'll explain the rule to you. And then, folks, no advertising. Remember, I said to you, free. You're free from advertising. We've got rid of all that nasty stuff. No DuePoint Facebook pages. DuePoint Gauteng, DuePoint in Mpumalanga, DuePoint Help Desk. None of that. You are not allowed to do that. Don't do it. No advertising, websites, forums, all of that. Your task is to connect people to us. So do it on your personal Facebook pages. Engage with individuals. Connect them to us. Don't advertise DuePoint or our products. And then, folks, don't send people to the head office and expect us to look after them. We're not going to do it. That's not our task. Your people, the people you connect to your channel, they're your responsibility. Come in, connect them, be with them when they're here with us at the head office. Those are the 5 don'ts. I know you know what you have to do to build this business, but remember not to do those 5 things. Now, folks, as I said, tomorrow night, biggest event of the month, Tell All Tuesday. It is always such an incredible event. We get new people up, testimonies of how they're building and growing with DuePoint. If there's a night you want to bring guests to, not yourselves. There's a lot of wealth engineers that love this evening so much they come by themselves. They're so excited about it. No, tomorrow night is about you bringing guests. Show the world, show South Africa what we are doing here at DuePoint by coming and bringing a guest tomorrow night. It's 1,000 XP for your guest, remember that, so it's worth it. And guys, tune in live if you can't get you. You know when we're going to start, 6:30 sharp. Make sure you've got your rooms filled with your wealth engineers and their guests. Have everyone watching. We've got 4 provinces represented tomorrow night. That's how this business is growing to the point now where I had to go around and kind of cut the list down to find 4 people. 4 people who are achieving in this business. There are so many people growing and achieving at DuePoint right now. And so it's an exciting list across 4 separate provinces. Tomorrow night's going to rock and roll, guys. So really, wherever you are around the country tonight, make sure tomorrow is in your calendar and you've got your guests here. Folks, we got 17 days left in November. Can you believe it? 17 days left in November, then it's December. And December's a tough month. For anybody's business, December's a tough month. And we're going to roll right through December. Don't worry. We push the whole way through. But we know that November is a good month to be growing your channel in. Don't wait until it says 0 days. That's not what you want. Get cracking now. We want people out there changing their economics now. We will pay out on November, middle of December. 7 days before Christmas, you will get a payment from DuePoint. Or you will get nothing. Or you'll get nothing. Wouldn't it be great to have money coming in a week before December? Now, whatever you build in December, you'll earn in January. But we're talking about Christmas right now. We want people going crazy for the next 17 days, really putting pedal to the metal and growing their channels with us here at DuePoint. So guys, go for it. enjoy it. We'll see that we're very serious about what we're doing here. Look at the infrastructure, look at the people, and come on board with us as we start solving the South African economic crisis. That's what we're doing here at DuePoint. We're being part of the solution, and we want you to join us. Guys, thank you very much. If you've got any questions or concerns, catch me outside or talk to your lead wealth engineers. And thanks to all of you who've tuned in live tonight.